Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the IWC Pilot's Watch Doppelchronograph IW377801. You can see and you can purchase this split-second Pilot's Watch chronograph on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos. And please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details for this Rattrapant Pilot's Watch. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that this is the full-blown big pilot case size, 46 millimeters across the round of the case, not including the crown or the 3 chronograph pushers. The watch is big and it is imposing, 17.5 millimeters thick. It has an immense wingspan across the wrist of 58 millimeters from lug to lug. Yes, this watch has presence, and yes, it's very much in the oversized instrument tradition of the original 1940s IWC B Pilot's Watch. That one even larger than this, though. At least I have a fighting chance of wearing this watch with some semblance of proportion and security. Now I will say that on my 16 centimeter wrist I can wear this watch with security. Ultimately, whether you like the look of a mid-20th century aviation instrument on your wrist will come down to individual preference, but no one can fault the quality of the materials used, as the case is beautifully finished with a hairline polished bevel about the conical bezel itself. Gorgeous satin finish along the flanks of the case, and once again a hairline polished bevel along the flanks of the lugs. This is a handsome and well thought out instrument. Now it's also paired with a riveted and extra thick sheer cut alligator leather strap. Very substantial. It's aviator's style in appearance, but with leather it's a cut above the calf skin that's historically used in aviation. Now alligator pairs with steel, stainless steel, with a beautiful and very substantial, alternately polished and brushed IWC clasp. Now, the star here, of course, is the watch itself, and what a star. This one is immense. Now, the size is part of the functional logic of the watch. As you can see, IWC has pushed the dial out to the extremity of the case, making use of every square millimeter of room available. Now, you have that classical analog flight deck instrument look with white on black printing and a matte dial base. It is very easy to read. Now, of course, IWC is not just traditionally known for pilot's watches, but in the modern era it is known for split-second chronographs, or Rattrapant. During the early 1990s, Richard Habring, now of his eponymous manufacturer, then of IWC, was one of the leading lights of IWC movement development, and he created a modification of the Valjoux 7750 automatic chronograph so extreme that you can rightfully call this caliber an in-house movement. Now it's the reference 79420, 29 joules, split-second chronograph, automatic winding. Pull the crown, you stop the balance, you hack the seconds, you can synchronize to a reference time, and of course there is a quick set for both the day and the date. Now it's important to note that this particular model had a relatively short production life, with the triple date being introduced in 2012 and phased out after 2015. So one of the more deluxe pilot watches in the catalog. It was never a volume leader. Combine that with a relatively short lifespan and you have a watch that is quite uncommon, even by the rarefied standards of this echelon of high horology. Now, of course, it is beautifully loomed, and with the immense broadsword-style hands covered in superluminova, with the 4 cardinal points of the dial likewise loomed, it's easy to read this watch in low or no light conditions. Now, it has 6 ATM water resistance, which IWC rates as sufficient for swimming. Personally, I prefer 10 bar. But right here you'll have no problem if you fit this watch to a textile per IWC taking this watch into the water. Moreover, it has a unique feature that very few water-resistant watches can match, namely blowout protection, such that the case gaskets at the crowns and the pushers, the case back, and the crystal are all secured against blowout in the event of airborne explosive decompression in an aviation environment. So if your plane depressurizes, provided you don't get sucked right out, your watch is going to be just fine. It's a handsome and useful combination of legibility, vintage aesthetic, modern durability, and of course mechanical refinement. You can see and you can purchase this Pilot's Doppelchronograph on our website.